My name's Token D Rock here with another stream. Hopefully, all of you are having a wonderful day. It is Tuesday, August 9th. Pardon me for the plane overhead. 10:31 a.m. Central Standard Time if you're watching this live. Overall crypto market cap sitting right under $1.09 trillion at $1.088 trillion for the market cap. Bitcoin sitting at $23,000 has come down a little bit here in the past 24 hours, down almost a whopping 4.5%. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 40.6%. ETH dominance sitting at 18.9%. ETH was just at right around $1,800 yesterday. Now it's whopping $100 less, about 6%. BNB at 315, Cardano 51 cents, Solana at $40 a pop. Looking at the 1 hour chart for Bitcoin, it looks like Bitcoin may be possibly having a head and shoulders pattern, possibly playing out here in the next few hours. We have the left shoulder over here on the right here, and then we have the head or the neck sticking out above the shoulder line, which is right about here. And then we have the right shoulder over here, possibly playing out. If this plays out, we're definitely going to be going below $21,000, probably somewhere down here, somewhere like that, like 19,000, maybe even just 20,500 or something like that. Again, this triangle still has not been invalidated, but it looks like it may be invalidated if Bitcoin were to pop down to 20,500, that level we were just talking about, but we'll see. Or it could rally, to the upside and break up to maybe 25, 26,000. But again, time will tell. I don't have a crystal ball, just ideas. New, the U.S. is to reward $1.5 billion to oil and gas companies that cut methane emissions, a $1.5 billion subsidy for hashtag Bitcoin mining. That's how they're looking at it, or that's how Bitcoin Magazine's putting it. Bloomberg Intelligence says that Bitcoin will likely transition to a risk-off asset by end of 2022. It's kind of bullish. I don't think that will be true just yet. Maybe in a year or two, but I think it's going to take just a little bit longer for people to realize that it is a risk-off asset. JP Morgan says Bitcoin price may have found a floor in recent weeks via price and such. That would be pretty cool, but honestly, I'm really thinking that we will have one more dump to the downside. Maybe we see $15,000 Bitcoin. I don't. I'm not so bearish that I think that $9,000 in the cards. I think 11 or 12,000 might be, but yeah, and that's just my take. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Has Bitcoin's price found a floor in recent weeks? I don't think it has, but it's a temporary floor. JP Morgan also says Bitcoin has found a floor, blah, blah, blah. More of the same stuff. Kathy Wood says BlackRock's decision to partner with Coinbase is a strong signal that institutions consider Bitcoin and crypto a new asset class. It is rather bullish, but I don't really like the big asset management companies like Fidelity, BlackRock, and such. I think they just own way too much stuff personally, but that's just my opinion. Justin, $100,000 bitcoins could $100,000 Bitcoin could be a matter of time, says Bloomberg Intelligence. Again, Bloomberg Intelligence just putting out their various takes on Bitcoin. Just in, Iran places $10 million foreign trade order with cryptocurrency. This is coming from the deputy minister. Pardon me. pretty big stuff. And then we have Michael Saylor saying we are still early on the adoption cycle of Bitcoin. Very, very true. Iran's use of cryptocurrencies and smart contracts will be widespread in foreign trade by September. It's coming from Ministry for Industry. Hashtag Bitcoin. Again, more and more countries are starting to see the utility behind Bitcoin, and they want in. Institutions want in as well. If you guys didn't hear, the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, which is more or less where Trump was residing for a while, or it's one of his many properties or whatever. Uh, they're just kind of poking fun at all the stuff they might have found. America, Make America Great Again hat, maybe some McDonald's hamburger buns, a golf club, maybe some gold or something like that, some toilet paper. I don't know. Kind of, kind of weird that FBI attacks Donald Trump, but they don't go attack people on Jeffrey Epstein's list. But yeah, just my 2 cents. Anyways, Netherlands to shut down over 11,000 farms to meet climate goals. If you have followed my reporting, you probably know about the protests happening in the Netherlands. Tens of thousands of farmers have taken to the streets to protest against new climate goals, which will force farmers to shut down their farms. They have set hay bales on fires on motorways and dumped manure and even blocked supermarket distribution centers. Around one-fifth of farms will be forced to shut down. According to calculations done by the Finance Ministry, a whopping 11,200 livestock farmers will be forced shut down by the government to reduce nitrogen emissions in order to meet European environmental rules. Another 17,600 farms would need to reduce the amount of animals they keep to meet these climate goals. And this is bad because there are about 54,000 farms in the Netherlands, meaning that around one-fifth of the farms will be forced shut down and almost one-third of farms will be forced to scale up stock, meaning that thousands and thousands of farmers will be losing their livelihoods in order to meet government climate goals. They're literally going to make people lose their livelihoods in order to meet climate goals. That is crazy. Not only that, think about all the food that will be lost as a result of this. We're already facing a food crisis due to sky high fertilizer prices and grain shortages due to the war in Ukraine. We need more food now, not less. Climate change fanatics are trying to bring us back in the Middle Ages. The state is planning on forcing farmers to sell their farms to the state, buying them out. State sanctioned appropriation of farms and lands. Now, where have I heard about that kind of thing before? Oh yes, under communism. I told you that this is climate communism and that the Great Reset is just another word for global communism. Seems like people in the Netherlands are not happy with these government plans, as the political party of the Prime Minister in the Netherlands, VVD, has reached new all-time low in the polls. If there was an election now, they would lose 13 of their 34 seats in Parliament. A whopping 7 out of 10 voters say they are dissatisfied with the cabinet of the Prime Minister. Meanwhile, the new party called Farmer Citizen Movement is now polling in second place. Farmers held with a meeting with the government on Friday. However, some farmers are not satisfied with the results and are talking about more protests with the farmer group that claim to represent 95% of agriculture pledging the toughest demonstrations ever. But yeah, you get the idea. The farmers over in the Netherlands are not too happy about the government uh, basically forcibly shutting down over 11,000 farms to meet climate goals. Over in Sweden,
when Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't
you
need
basically
ID.
have a little thing
And
right
he
here,
doesn't
and you
need
scan
money.
to get
In
work,
fact,
get
much
to
of what
work.
he needs to get through
Again,
the
it's
day is
not
hidden
the
right
end of the
there,
world,
just
end
below
of the
the
world,
surface
but
in his
it's kind
hand.
of obscure.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
Oh,
dystopian,
weird.
if you
Yeah,
ask
it's like
me.
a grain of rice. Yeah, a grain of rice. Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
And what's crazy about this is this was considered conspiracy theory just like a few years ago, even just as soon as like a year or two ago. People were like, no, not gonna have this, blah blah blah. And they're doing it for C19 as well.
Like Black Mirror have
Yeah,
imagined chips as part
crazy.
of a dystopian future. Install in-grain procedure with local anesthetic, and you're good to go. In Sweden, the microchips are already here. The microchip
I don't know. Just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. What do you guys think? Over in Costa Rica, the new president got elected. Said as of today, the medical procedures are not mandatory. Any action taken against anybody who does not want uh, to take that medical procedure is taking actions against the law. Uh, is Trudeau to flee soon? Because I guess he's paying a visit in Costa Rica or whatever with his family. And then we have Ron Paul just spitting some facts.
Yes, I think this is not a consequence of free markets. What's happening is a transfer of wealth from the poor and the middle class to the wealthy. This comes about because of a monetary system that we have. When you inflate a currency or destroy a currency, the middle class gets wiped out. So the people who get to use the money first, which is created by the Federal Reserve System, benefit. So the money gravitates to the banks and to Wall Street. So that's why you have more billionaires than ever before. Today, this country is in the middle of a recession for a lot of people. Michigan knows about it. Poor people know about it. The middle class knows about it. Wall Street doesn't know about it. Washington, D.C. doesn't know about it. But it's because of the monetary system and the excessive spending. As long as we live beyond our means, we are destined to live beneath our means. And we have lived beyond our means because we are financing a foreign policy that is so extravagant and beyond what we can control, as well as the spending here at home, and we're depending on the creation of money out of thin air, which is nothing more than debasement of the currency. It's counterfeit, and it is a natural, predictable consequence that you're going to have people benefit from it and other people suffer. So if you want to help the economy, you have to study monetary theory and figure out why it is that we're suffering. And everybody doesn't suffer equally, or this wouldn't be so bad. It's always the poor people, those on retired incomes, that suffer the most. But the politicians and those who get to use the money first, like the military industrial complex, they make a lot of money and they benefit from it. Thank you, Congressman.
Yeah, it's crazy how many truth bombs that guy just spit. I'll take like a good 20 minutes just kind of going through all of them. But I don't want to talk your ears off. But yeah, anyways, I think Bitcoin may be going to take a decent pullback, maybe at least to like 22,000 or maybe like 21.5 or something, and then we start going up again. But it might go lower depending on the CPI figures that come out tomorrow. We'll talk about that right around 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. So until then, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're over on YouTube, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and go live next. And until then, take care and invest